Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario we're going to be playing today is called Fire Support. It is number 4 from the 2015 package, and in this one it has Kill Box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for dominating the friendly flag. You get 1 control point for controlling the enemy flag, and you can dominate also for 2, but it's being contested by the enemy objective, which you can also destroy for 1 point. Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be the first game of a Steamroller I went to in Calgary, where I brought my double Cephalix. So I brought my Cyphon, I brought my Thexus, and I was really looking forward to this being the first time I'm really going to test out the Cephalix at a kind of a high-level event. Now, the first game here was going to be up against Rob. He's playing some Retribution, and he had Raven and Thyron. Now, pretty much, I was pretty sure he was not going to drop Raven, because anytime he tried for assassination, I could pass it off. However, if he did do the Raven one, there was a Hyperion I'd have to smash, so I decided to go with Cyphon because I'd have the smashing power, and I can really deal with it. So I went with this. He went with Thyron, which is probably the right choice, and here we go with this scenario. And in this one here, I'm feeling pretty good. This is my first time going up against Thyron, but with the force here, I believe I should be pretty easy to kill off the troops with my troops doing sprays and stuff like that. And then meanwhile, my wreckers can destroy his jacks and should be fine. So he won the initiative and wanted to go first, and pretty much just rushes up here with the field. And yeah, it's a pretty fast list, so I am going to have to kind of watch out with that. I mean, he has the Thanes here to give desperate pace to both of the Halberdier units. They'll go really fast, they're going to hit really hard, but I should be okay to absorb it. I'm going to stay back, I'm going to let him come to me, and I should be okay. Now on this first turn here, he also shot with his 2 little snipers there on the right, and each one can decide just to do 3 damage. So one of the wreckers over there, I think it was number 2 or number 5, they already have 6 points of damage on them already, which wasn't the best. However, I don't have much I'm going to do my first turn, so I can just kind of heal it anyway, because you can do that with monstrosities. So on my first turn, like I said, I just kind of hold back. I put Perseverance onto record number 3 there, heal up most of the damage on, I think it was record number 5, and otherwise stay back. Like I said, I'm kind of waiting for him to come into me. I figure he's going to be pretty bunched up, and then I'm just going to spray and all that fun type of stuff. And I throw 2 models up front there so that his snipers would shoot them to clear them out of the way, so they're not doing more damage to my wreckers again. So in his turn, that's what he does. I really thought he was going to be dedicating both units of the Halberdiers, but he did just go with the 1. So they came in and they did some pretty good damage to record number 3, but nothing too crippling. Otherwise, one of the jacks there did a slam shot, whatever, to number 2. Actually, with the large bases, it only knocks him down. So nothing really too bad there. The other Halberdiers did move to the left, which makes me really feel like he is going to be going for a scenario play. You know, if next turn they sweep in, destroy the objective, blah blah blah, Thyron comes over, dominates on my flag, that could be a bad situation. By the way, he also knocked down record number 1 there on the left as well. So I'm going to kind of deal with these knockdown stuff, but I don't really feel I can get to a jack this turn. This is really going to be an infantry clearing turn. I want to get up there and I want to explode these halberdiers, get them out of the way, kill as much as I can from the left unit, and then just position myself for the next turn. So that's what I did, and as you can see here, there's a lot of stuff gone, but that's really what this list does. I mean, it's not even just this list. This is what benders do, mind benders. So they go up there, and I, from each one, I'm able to do 3 sprays, killing off my own guys. But when he was so bunched together, I'm hitting so many models, kill off tons of those halberdiers that way. I am also able, I mean, some of these sprays also came from the agitators as well. The one on the far left just came over and did some sprays, because why not? Actually, that wrecker I forced to stand up in the control phase, and then it just kind of went up there, free charge from my fuel cache, and then killed a couple of guys. He's really just there to absorb that and keep him away from my flag. Again, I'm kind of worried he might go for this scenario push. Otherwise, I got some wreckers pretty far up on the right, killed off a lot of those guys too, and feeling pretty good here. Until he does this. He pops his feet, and after he kills a wrecker that was in the way, this one with sidestep was able to get to Cyphon. And this is not something I thought he'd be in range to do. It's one of those things where I'm always pretty good to keep in mind how far the threat ranges are, but I just don't keep in mind those little sidestep things. So that might just be a first time facing Thyron, but I know this is a thing I screw up all the time. Luckily, anyway, by the time he gets to me, he misses one attack over the wall and then hits me, does some damage. He actually, after he realized he missed like an extra cleave attack, so he should have had one more attack anyway, but after missing that first one, there really wasn't really a big threat here. You know, Cyphon has a base armor of 17, quite a few boxes, so I probably would have been fine anyway, but either way, this is a big time scare. So looking at this at the end of his turn then, this is what we're looking like here. So no one has scored any control points. He has destroyed one of my wreckers so far. Wrecker number 1's kind of hurt, pretty hurt, but he's still in there. And so now this is going to be my turn to really come back. I'm going to pop my feet, destroy both of his jacks. I want to get over... would be nice to destroy his objective already this turn so I could get those points. And I want to start scoring on this right flag so that I don't have to really worry about losing anything else, or giving him another chance against Cyphon, rather. So that's what I really do. When I pop my feet, I put on 2 of the wreckers, but I really only need the one wrecker. There was some hot dice involved, but he was able to destroy both of the jacks by himself. I mean, he's POW 22 between the feet and instigate, so yeah, he's pretty tough. Otherwise, I was not able to get to the objective on the right. Actually, I probably could have, but I just wanted to make more certain that I tied up the snipers and Iris. He has Iris 3 there, so just want to make sure that that stuff's kind of locked down, so I don't have to worry about these things. Kill off a little bit more of his infantry, and at this point it's just a lot more attrition. And now that his feet's gone and his jacks are gone, and I still have all these wreckers, I'm feeling pretty good. So on his turn now, Thyron's going to start getting into the mix, and so he's going to help out to come over. He now has the Storm Rager on himself, so he's gone basically Super Saiyan, and he's really tough. So he does kill off the one wrecker from the left. Iris tries to move away, but she dies to a free strike, which is pretty amazing when I'm only mat 5 against that. Another sniper moves away and actually survives a free strike, gets a shot in, and misses against Cyphon, just trying to get a little bit of damage there. That's what I was kind of worried about, but that's really it. And now that we're looking at it like this, now I definitely have to really start pushing on this scenario thing. Thyron's coming in. I know he hits hard. He can start killing wreckers, and I want to get ahead on this scenario before he starts getting up on the attrition. So that's what I do. I come over on the right, and wrecker number 5 destroys the objective. I have my little agitator there to control, so that's going to give me 2 points on this turn. Otherwise, I'm kind of, again, just trying to clear off more of his models the best I can, and also making sure to contest his flag. So on his turn, the little mechanic over there is going to come over to contest the flag, so no extra point for me, but you're going to see that he came in here with Cyphon, or not, Thyron rather, and kill off another wrecker, so he's starting to do some nasty things. He was hoping to destroy the objective as well, but didn't really get the rolls that he needed, so hey, he lit himself on fire, that's nice, but otherwise, yeah, it's still looking at 2-0. So on my turn, I just kind of shift over here. The wrecker goes and kills that one mechanic. So I'm going to control one more time to go up to 3. And otherwise, I'm just trying to, again, kill off as many of these halberdiers as possible and just have a lot of guys here for him to deal with. Actually, having both wreckers here was probably not what I needed. I probably could have just put one there and have the other one further back to be more of a threat, but it was just more of like, hey, there's guys in your face. I don't want you to get any points, and the more I stall you, the better it is for me. So in his turn then, Thyron comes down, and again, like we talked about the super angry Super Saiyan, he destroys 2 of my wreckers just like that. So there you go, 2 guys down. He also destroys the objective, so we'll get 1 point for that. However, I still am contesting with that one Cephalix Mind Bender on the left, and also with the Agitator, plus with the other Cephalix Mind Slaver. So he's not going to dominate to get that. Meanwhile, to try and stop my scoring, Silas ran over, and if my memory's correct, he doesn't get in range, so I'll score on his turn to go to 4-1, and on my turn, I just have to clap my hands and end my turn, and I'll win by scenario. So at the end of the day, the game kind of went the way I thought. Him being able to get a jack all the way to Cyphon was definitely a surprise, something I have to really keep in mind next time I face him. Just that, sure, okay, his feet makes him go faster, he can make them ignore terrain, but keep in mind that extra 2 inches from sidestep, because that's a pretty big deal. Again, luckily Cyphon has the armor, and I was behind a wall to keep that all safe, but yeah, there you go. And also Thyron, wow, definitely with Storm Rager on himself can get a lot of work done. So you can't just ignore that guy. So either way, great first game. Rob was a very fun opponent to play. He got a little bit surprised here by the wreckers, but that's what this list is supposed to do. Get out there, smash some things, and most people just don't see these 6 wreckers coming. So I'm going to ride that wave as long as I can, and we're going to be moving on to game 2 later on. So we'll see you then. Bye.